So in this tutorial, what we're going to do is learn how to set up a capture point file, upload it into the course, and then let the learner utilize that in a show me, try me, test me mode. So what we're in right now is content point, and what we're going to do is in our email section of content point, we are going to add a capture point file. First, what we need to do is we need to go out and start up our capture point, and so I'll do that by starting up the program. When the program starts up, you can click a new project. What we're going to do today is you can capture a window, but if you need to capture the entire screen with a lot of pop-ups or pull-downs, then we would recommend capturing the entire screen. But for today, just to capture the window, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up my email program here. I'm going to start up a new email, and I'm going to drag the Finder tool inside of that new window. Now it's going to capture that window. I'm going to go through the options, and I'm going to finish it, and you're going to see a red border around the selected window. Now when I click start, you should hear that sound. Now every time you hear that shutter sound, it means it took a picture. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Todd, select him from the list, and every time you hear that shutter sound, you can continue on with the next action. So when I'm finished, I'm going to hit Control E to stop recording, and what it's going to do is it's going to lay this screenshots out in a PowerPoint format inside of Capture Point. Now, it inserts the yellow dialog boxes automatically for you. If you want to change the location so that they fit better on the screen, go right ahead. So if I double click on the box, it'll change the location of the callout. If I want to edit that callout, I can go to my edit feature down here, and I can say type in TO in the to line and hit OK, and you can see that'll add it in there. And as I go through these screenshots one at a time, it'll have the selected areas in here, and what we can do is we can identify a finer point of that selected area. Okay, so as you go through, you need to check out that everything looks fine. This one's a little bit off. We just move it around and go from there. Now what you can also do is in the tools at the top, if you want to add in audio, we recommend that you add in audio at this point rather than adding audio at the time you record the project. The advantage to that is that your audio file won't get cut half on slide 1, half on slide 2. It'll be all together on the first slide. Now this is going to be the same Sound Studio that comes with Content Point, so you can record your own audio, import audio files, whatever it is, and then once that's done, you'll see a little speaker icon in the bottom right corner of that. Now, as we advance through this, what I'm going to do is also show you that Content Point, or Capture Point rather, has a few editing features. So if you want to edit a screenshot, and I've got my Paint tool selected right now, or my Bucket tool, and maybe I want to click on that, I can color these different items. I can even take the paintbrush. It's a very simplified component of Photoshop, essentially. So now my first screenshot will have the yellow cells in there, and so on. You also have the option of exporting this to a Word document. So if we export this over to a Word document, you can select the number of screens per page and so on. So if you ever need face-to-face handouts or any sort of manuals, that's obviously an option that you have at your fingertips there. So I clicked to send it over to the Word doc, and once it's finished exporting it to the Word doc, it'll give you the opportunity of opening it up. What gets transported over is obviously all the screenshots, but then also all of the notes and whatnot as well. So there's the Word document, there's all the accurate positions of all the callouts, and so on. Now, the other thing that's going to come up here is, as we go through this, you can also save this as a PDF and attach it into your course and so on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into my Capture Point file. I'm going to save this as email, override the old one, and I'm going to close out of that. Now when I pop into Content Point here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my email chapter in Content Point. I'm going to insert my Capture Point slides, and as I insert those slides, it'll ask me which ones do I want to create here, so I'm going to go click on the capture point, browse for the file. I want to pick my email file, go next, go through the icons that it gives me here are the options, and it's going to import those 7 slides onto the server in my email chapter. So once it finishes, you can see that in my email now there are 7 slides, additional slides with the components that they have. All the elements do come in, so they are also there as well. And when you're in here, you've got total access to your toolbox, and you can add anything that you want as well, whether it's additional sounds, movies, images, whatever it may be. Now, with these additions of 7 slides here, we're going to go back to the pre-built slide here on slide 500 that has got these additional buttons. And these buttons are, in a sense, pre-programmed so that they're all going to say, show me, try me, test me. So the first button that says show me, I just need to simply link it to the first slide of our import, which is slide 501. So all I'm going to do here is type in slide 501 for the show me button. The try me button is going to be the same thing, and also the test me button. So rather than import this 3 different times, we can import it once and then tie the buttons to the different learning modes involved with the course for the student. Now, as we go a little bit farther here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this all together. So I'm going to add another button onto the page. This button I'm going to call email. I'm going to tie it to the first slide of our email chapter, which is slide 500. And as I save this, it'll go through the process of saving these updates to the server. Once it's finished doing that, I can hit the publish training option. I'll make it available to all my learners. And at the point that it gets made available to all the learners, I'll preview it here and show you what it looks like to everybody. So it's published, and now it says, do you want to preview it? I'm going to say yes. And now here comes the preview of the course as it sits.
Hi, welcome to Leicester Call Center.
When I click on the email button, it takes me to show me, try me, test me. So when I click on show me, what this is a movie mode, so the learner can just literally click on show me, and I'm going to leave my cursor sit over here, but what it'll do is it'll advance through this at its own pace. So select the cell so it creates cursor movement, and it advances through this slide by slide in a movie fashion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go back to the menu and go to try me.
Hi.
So as I do try me now it's forcing me to insert what I need to here. So if I type in TD, that's wrong. So it tells me immediately, hey, that's incorrect, type in TO. So if I type in TO, now it advances me. I click on the correct cell, and I can go through this one at a time. Now as I back out and I go to the testing mode,
Hi.
the testing mode will take me to the testing area where there is no help, there is no callouts. From memory, I have to do this, and then it can formulate a grade at the end here and have that reported on. So there's 1 error, 2 errors. So you can see my errors are adding up down here. So once I get it right, it advances me, and we go from there. So that is show me, try me, test me, and that's great for any sort of software training and so on.